This question comes from Wally. Hi Steve, how are things? One of my retirement projects is our cottage. We pretty much gutted it 2 years ago and have been slowly rebuilding since. We're finally getting around to the siding, combination of vertical board and batten and shakes, all vinyl. My question is about Tyvek. When we resheathed the outside of the cottage 2 years ago with 1/2-inch plywood, we covered it with Tyvek, which is a kind of building wrap. I'm a bit concerned with having the Tyvek exposed to the elements for this long. My question is, should I replace the Tyvek before residing, or am I safe to reside over it? Well, technically speaking, the Tyvek is a fabric, a kind of a waterproof fabric that's wrapped around the outer sheathing of buildings. It's used all the time. It just helps to stop air infiltration and drafts and things. And it does a decent job at that. But I don't like Tyvek, and I don't use any of the standard building wraps on my projects. A couple of reasons. First of all, last time I checked, companies like Tyvek say our product has got to be covered in 60 days or less, or else it's going to start deteriorating and not work properly. So, and that 60 days seems a bit conservative to me, because I've seen it up for a lot longer than that, and it seems to be fine. Another problem, though, is the way it's not breathable. It can't let moisture vapor pass through it. It's waterproof. It's kind of plasticky. And I can keep water out, but if water ever gets behind it, on the wall side of it, it can't escape. So that's another problem, and I've seen that happen. I've also seen a situation where a building wrap, conventional building wrap, was used against OSB, oriented strand board. It's a common sheathing material. And for some reason, and I don't know all the chemistry, but the building wrap was tatters. It was just hanging in ribbons. It had pretty well deteriorated. It certainly wasn't functioning properly. I've heard some people theorize that it's the glue in the OSB that doesn't react well with the building wrap. I don't know what it is, but my preference is to use a heavier, breathable building wrap. It's made by a few different companies. Cosella Dorkin is one company that makes a product that I really like. It's probably about twice as thick as regular building wrap, so it's a lot stronger. You have a hard time tearing it. But most importantly, it allows moisture vapor to pass through. So it's kind of interesting. It stops liquid water. If there's a leak, it's not going to get through. But if water gets behind it, it can dry out through this stuff. So breathability is a great thing when it comes to building wraps.